How many know there's 5 wise virgins, 5 foolish virgins? None of them are the bride. The 5 wise virgins get to attend the wedding. He's not going to marry 5 wives. The 5 foolish virgins don't get to go to the wedding. They're cast into outer darkness. But guess what? When he comes back, if they're watching this time and open the door immediately, well, blessings upon you. You get to come and sit down and I'll serve you. Now that should kind of make us think we need to get close. There are so many people that are just happy. Oh, I'm saved. Forget everybody else. You know, and they don't even care about their relationship with God. I got Jesus in my pocket. I'll pull out. I got my get out of hell free card. Here it is, Song of Songs. Again, he tells her to get up. And she doesn't open the door. And again, in chapter 2, I sought him and I couldn't find him. Again, in chapter 5, I sleep. I'm at the point of death. Okay? And she says, I've taken off my coat. Look at that. I sleep, but my heart awakes. It's the voice of my beloved that's knocking. And he says, open the door. And she says, I've taken off my coat. Am I supposed to put it back on? Well, I've washed my feet. Am I supposed to go outside in the rain and get them all dirty? Oh, my beloved put his hand at the hole of the door. My bowels are moved for him. I rose up finally to open to my beloved. And I had to take the time to get my hands all dressed up with myrrh and sweet smelling myrrh on the handles of the lock. So what do we find in Matthew 25, verse 10 and 12? Concerning the virgins, the foolish virgins, while they went to go by, the bridegroom came, and they that were ready went into the marriage, and the door was shut. Afterward also came the other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, I don't know you. Here's the thing. If we look at 1 Corinthians chapter 3, 11 through 15, it talks about there's no foundation that can be laid other than Yeshua HaMashiach, or Jesus Christ. But look at what it says. If anyone builds upon this foundation, gold, silver, precious stones, or you can build with wood, hay, and stubble. Every man's work will be made manifest. The day will declare it, because it will be revealed by what? Flood was the first time. Fire is the second time. And the fire will try everyone's work of what sort it is. If anyone's work abides, which he has built on, he'll receive a reward. If any man's work is burned, he'll suffer loss, but he himself will be saved, yet so as by fire. There are going to be part of the body of Messiah that get to stay through the tribulation because they weren't ready. That doesn't mean they're not going to be saved, but they got to go through the fire. Matter of fact, look at Daniel. This is chapter 7, verse 13 through 14. He says, I saw in the night visions, and behold, there was one like the Son of Man, and he's coming on the clouds. And he came to the Ancient of Days. They brought him near before him, and there was given him dominion and glory and the kingdom, that all people, nations, languages should serve him. His dominion is an everlasting dominion, which will not pass away, and a kingdom that will never be destroyed. Well, look at Revelation 14 through 16. I looked, and behold, a white cloud. Upon the cloud one sat like unto the Son of Man. He's seeing the same thing Daniel saw. He has on his head a golden crown, and in his hand, now notice this, is a sharp sickle. Who's that referring to? The Messiah. The Messiah is the Son of Man that's going to come on the clouds, and he has a sharp sickle. And what is he going to do? He's going to reap the believers. And then another angel comes out of the temple, crying with a loud voice to the one who's sitting on the cloud, thrust in your sickle and reap, for the time is come to reap. The harvest of the earth is ripe, and he that sat on the cloud thrust in a sickle on the earth, and the earth was reaped. That's Messiah coming on the cloud, and he does a reaping. But watch what happens. Another angel comes out of the temple which is in heaven, and he also had a sharp sickle. And another angel comes out from the altar which had power over fire, and he cried with a loud voice to him that had this sharp sickle, and he tells this one to thrust in your sharp sickle and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth, for her grapes are fully ripe. This is speaking of the grape harvest, which happens in the fall and going into the winter. Okay? October, November, December. Okay, here we go. How many of you have ever studied the grape harvest in Israel? The grape harvest is always done at night. Why? Because it's cooler. You don't have the heat of the day. As a matter of fact, there's this gentleman, he's a winemaker in Israel, and he told Decanter.com that we harvest manually at night starting at 10 p.m., and we finish about 5 a.m., and the reason we harvest at night is mainly because of the temperature. The grapes get to the sorting table in the winery at 6 a.m. with a temperature of 64 degrees Fahrenheit. If we harvest it during the day, the temperature of the grapes could be 95 degrees Fahrenheit, which means the lost aromatic precursors and a higher oxidation rate. So harvesting at night means better complexity of the aromatics, better control for the start of the fermentation, and less oxidation of fruit. So they always harvest the grapes at night. Oh, but wait, there's more. We're going to look at the order of the grape harvest. Your sparkling wine grapes are harvested first because they have the lowest sugar levels. That's your Chardonnay and your Pinot Noir. Most of the white wine grapes make their way to crush. Viticulturally speaking, the red wine grapes are typically next in the harvest line, as they take a bit longer to reach full maturation. There are going to be believers that haven't reached full maturation. They're not ready yet. And then it says, finally, there's the ice wines make their way to crush after undergoing some serious dehydration on the vine to produce a raisin-like grape with highly concentrated sugars, perfect for dessert wines. So there are 3 grape harvests: your sparkling white wines, your red wines, and then your ice wines. And your ice wines are harvested more closer to the winter. All right? Now, here's the thing about those. Ice wine harvesting is done in the chilly midnight or early hours of the morning. Harvesting requires a large workforce, enough to pluck the entire crop in just a matter of a few short hours. So I believe in one sense there could be multiple raptures, multiple harvests. I believe that, here's one thing. How many of you know in Zechariah 14, all the nations that that survive, all the nations, I believe there's going to be human beings that survive the tribulation. That's what Zechariah 14 is talking to. There's still going to be humans. But then there's going to be us with a new body like Yeshua had. Right? And those people that survive the tribulation, they're going to get married, they're going to have kids, and it says in Ezekiel they'll live to be 100 years old and they think they've died young. Everyone's going to live a long time during millennium, but there will be humans just like us that are still alive through the millennial reign. But what God is going to do when he grabs the tares first, he's going to take the very evil, the very wicked, and he's going to rapture the evil people over to the Battle of Armageddon. And then we'll also be taken and we'll go to the Battle of Armageddon in Jerusalem. We'll be meet there, and the Battle of Armageddon will take place. So there we have a rapture of the wicked. There's probably more than one. I heard that's what Brian teaches. I believe there very well could be more than one rapture of the wicked, but I also think there could be different raptures of the righteous as well. You got the rapture of those who are ready to open the door immediately when he comes in the Song of Songs. They're the white wine, and then you're going to have some that could be in the middle. That's the red wine, and you could have some at the very end, your ice wines. I think there very well could be multiple harvests.
I hope you enjoyed this teaching from ISO School of Ministry. Like and subscribe to get more of these. And if you enjoyed it so much that you got to have more, you can go to isow.org to our website. And there you can find more of these teachings. Right below this teaching, you can actually find a link to the full free lesson that this clip was taken from. So please take advantage of that and check us out at isow.org.